Most people hear the truth once, then run back to their familiar suffering. Because the mind doesn't want freedom. It wants control. Joel Goldsmith's great nothing isn't the end of the path. It's the beginning of life without a seeker. After the shock of realizing there is nothing to fix, a strange calm fills the silence. But soon, the mind whispers again. What now? This is the second test, living without a center. Goldsmith called this stage the invisible life. It means letting divine intelligence guide each moment without rehearsing, without predicting, without labeling anything as success or failure. At first it feels terrifying. You realize how addicted you were to control, to constant improvement, to chasing spiritual experiences. But as you stop directing life, something far greater begins to move through you. Decisions arise effortlessly. People appear at perfect timing. Even obstacles reveal hidden perfection. This isn't magic, it's clarity. The moment you stop living from memory or fear, you start living from presence. Goldsmith said, when the personal sense of life dissolves, the infinite takes command. It's not that you stop acting, you stop reacting. You speak, work, love, and create, but there's no tension underneath it. It's as if life itself is breathing you. Let's see this in real life. Elena was a therapist who lost her purpose. Every session felt mechanical, every client another story of pain. When she discovered Goldsmith's teaching, she began each morning with one simple reminder. I will not heal anyone today. I will let consciousness do the work. Something subtle shifted. Her presence grew silent but magnetic. Clients reported breakthroughs without her effort. She realized that listening without agenda heals more than any technique. Ravi, a young entrepreneur, practiced the same principle in business. Instead of chasing investors and obsessing over outcomes, he began each day with stillness. Within months, his company stabilized, not because he forced results, because his energy stopped leaking into anxiety. As he said later, I didn't build success, I stopped blocking it. Goldsmith taught that when you live this way, you disappear as the doer and divine consciousness becomes visible as your life. This is what he meant by transparency of being, a life where no one is performing, just pure awareness expressing through form. But here lies the hidden paradox. When you live as the infinite, the world doesn't suddenly turn perfect. Bills still arrive, people still misunderstand you, the body still ages. Yet none of these things disturb you anymore. They move through you, not into you. You become the calm center of a moving universe. One day, Goldsmith's student asked him, "How do I know if I've truly realized the great nothing?" He replied, "When joy no longer depends on anything changing, and peace is present even in chaos, you have begun to live the infinite way." That's the mark of mastery, unchanging awareness in changing scenes. So how do you walk this invisible path? Start with small silences throughout your day. Before you answer a message, pause. Before you explain yourself, breathe. Before you decide, feel the stillness behind the thought. Let the answer rise from there. This isn't withdrawal from life, it's intimacy with it. You're learning to move from divine impulse instead of human impulse. Soon you'll notice coincidences, but they aren't coincidences at all. They're consciousness arranging itself without resistance. You'll feel gratitude without cause and peace without reason. That's the fragrance of the great nothing. The advanced stage is what Goldsmith called the silence of knowing. You no longer ask for signs or confirmations. You trust the invisible rhythm. Even in pain, you sense the perfection beneath it. You don't need the story to end happily. You already live in what never began, and that, Goldsmith said, is heaven on earth. Not a place, not a promise, but a perception. seeing through illusion while living fully within it. If this truth resonates, watch part 1 first. If you haven't already, it lays the foundation for the great nothing. Then like, subscribe, and comment. I live the invisible life. Because the journey doesn't continue outward, it deepens inward until the one who listens, the one who speaks, and the one who lives are all recognized as the same consciousness.